Day 41 of reading through the scriptures. We're going to start with Genesis 41. There's also Isaiah 41, Psalm 41, and Mark 13. And it came to be at the end of 2 years' time that Pharaoh had a dream and saw him standing by the river, and saw 7 cows coming up out of the river, beautiful looking and fat, and they fed amongst the reeds. And he saw 7 other cows coming up after them out of the river, ugly and lean of flesh, and stood by the other cows on the bank of the river. And the ugly and lean of flesh cows ate up the 7 beautiful-looking and fat cows. Then Pharaoh awoke, and he slept and dreamed a second time, and saw 7 heads of grain coming up on one stalk, plump and good, and saw 7 lean heads scorched by the east wind coming up after them. And the 7 lean heads swallowed up the 7 plump and complete heads. Then Pharaoh awoke and saw it was a dream. And it came to be in the morning that his spirit was moved, and he sent and called for all the magicians of Mitzrayim and all its wise men. And Pharaoh related to them his dreams, but there was no one who could interpret them for Pharaoh. Then the chief cupbearer spoke to Pharaoh, saying, I remembered my crimes this day. When Pharaoh was wroth with his servants, he put me in confinement in the house of the captain of the guard, both me and the chief baker. Each one of us dreamed a dream in one night, he and I. Each one of us dreamed according to the interpretation of his own dream. And there was with us a Hebrew youth, a servant of the captain of the guard. And we related to him, and he interpreted our dreams for us. To each man he interpreted according to his own dream. And it came to be, as he interpreted for us, so it came to be. He restored me to my office, and he hanged him. Then Pharaoh sent and called Yoseph, and they hurriedly brought him out of the dungeon. And he shaved and changed his garments, and came to Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said to Yoseph, I have dreamed a dream, and there is no one to interpret it. Now I myself have heard it said of you that you understand a dream to interpret it. And Yoseph answered Pharaoh, saying, It is not in me, let Elohim answer Pharaoh with peace. And Pharaoh said to Yoseph, See, in my dream I stood on the bank of the river, and saw 7 cows coming up out of the river, beautiful looking and fat, and they fed amongst the reeds. Then saw 7 other cows coming up after them, poor and very ugly and lean of flesh, such ugliness as I have never seen in all the land of Mitzrayim. And the lean of flesh and ugly cows ate up the first 7, the fat cows. Yet when they had eaten them up, no one would have known if they had eaten them, for they were as ugly as at the beginning. Then I awoke. Also I looked in my dream and saw 7 heads coming up on one stalk, complete and good. And then saw 7 heads, withered, lean, scorched by the east wind, coming up after them. And the lean heads swallowed the 7 good heads. And I spoke to the magicians, but there was no one who could explain it to me. Then Yoseph said to Pharaoh, The dream of Pharaoh is one. Elohim has shown Pharaoh what he is about to do. The 7 good cows are 7 years, and the 7 good heads are 7 years. It is one dream. And the 7 lean and ugly cows which came up after them are 7 years, and the 7 empty heads scorched by the east wind are 7 years of scarcity of food. And this is the word which I spoke to Pharaoh. Elohim has shown Pharaoh what he is about to do. See, 7 years of great plenty are coming in all the land of Mitzrayim. But after them 7 years of scarcity of food shall arise, and all the plenty be forgotten in the land of Mitzrayim. And the scarcity of food shall destroy the land. And the plenty shall not be remembered in the land because of the scarcity of food following, for it is very severe. And the dream was repeated to Pharaoh twice, because the word is established by Elohim, and Elohim is hastening to do it. And now, let Pharaoh look for a discerning and wise man and set him over the land of Mitzrayim. Let Pharaoh do this, and let him appoint overseers over the land, to take up 1/5 of the land of Mitzrayim in the 7 years of plenty. And let them gather all the food of those good years that are coming, and store up grain under the hand of Pharaoh, and let them keep food in the cities. And the food shall be for a store for the land, for the 7 years of scarcity of food which shall be in the land of Mitzrayim, and do not let the land be cut off by the scarcity of food. And the word was good in the eyes of Pharaoh and in the eyes of all his servants. And Pharaoh said to his servants, Could we find another like him, a man in whom is the spirit of Elohim? Then Pharaoh said to Yoseph, "Since Elohim has shown you all this, there is no one as discerning and wise as you. Be over my house, you yourself, and at your mouth all my people shall kiss. Only in the throne I am greater than you." And Pharaoh said to Yoseph, "See, I have set you over all the land of Mitzrayim." And Pharaoh took his seal ring off his hand and put it on Joseph's hand. And he dressed him in garments of fine linen and put a gold chain around his neck. And he had him ride in the second chariot which he had. And they cried out before him, "Bow the knee," and he set him over all the land of Mitzrayim. And Pharaoh said to Yoseph, "I am Pharaoh, and without a word from you let no man lift his hand or foot in all the land of Mitzrayim." And Pharaoh called Joseph's name Zaphnath Paneah, and he gave him as a wife Asenath, the daughter of Potiphera, priest of On. And Yoseph went out over all the land of Mitzrayim. Now Yoseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh, sovereign of Mitzrayim. And Yoseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh and went throughout all the land of Mitzrayim. And in the 7 years of plenty the ground brought forth generously. And he gathered all the food of the 7 years which were in the land of Mitzrayim, and laid up the food in, I'm guessing it's going to be storehouses, but gotta turn the page and see. Cities. He laid up in every city the food of the fields which surrounded them. Thus Joseph gathered very much grain as the sand of the sea until he ceased counting, for it was without number. And to Yoseph were born 2 sons before the years of scarcity of food came, whom Asenath, the daughter of Potiphera, priest of On, bore to him. And Yoseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, for Elohim has made me forget all the toil in all my father's house. And the name of the second he called Ephraim, for Elohim has caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. And the 7 years of plenty which were in the land of Mitzrayim came to an end, and the 7 years of scarcity of food began to come, as Yoseph had said. And the scarcity of food was in all lands, but in all the land of Mitzrayim there was bread. But when all the land of Mitzrayim hungered, and the people cried to Pharaoh for bread, Pharaoh said to all the Mitzrites, "Go to Yoseph, do whatever he says to you." And the scarcity of food was over all the face of the earth. And Yoseph opened all the storehouses and sold to the Mitzrites, and the scarcity of food was severe in the land of Mitzrayim. And all the earth came to Yoseph in Mitzrayim to buy grain, because the scarcity of food was severe in all the earth. Isaiah 41. Be silent before me, you coastlands, and let peoples renew their power. Let them come near, and let them speak. Let us come together for a right ruling. Who raised up the righteous one from the east, called him to his foot, gave the nations before him, and made sovereigns submit to him. He gave them as the dust to his sword, as driven stubble to his bow. He pursued them, passed over in safety, by a path that he had not gone with his feet. Who has performed and done it, calling the generations from the beginning. I, Yahweh, am the first, and with the last I am he. Coastlands see it and fear, the ends of the earth are afraid. They draw near and come. Everyone helps his neighbor and says to his brother, "Be strong." And the craftsman strengthens the goldsmith. He who smooths with the hammer inspires him who strikes the anvil, saying of the joining, "It is good." And he strengthens it with nails so it does not totter. But you, O Yisrael, are my servant, Yaakov, whom I have chosen. The descendants of Abraham have loved me, whom I have strengthened from the ends of the earth, and called from its farthest parts, and said to you, "You are my servant, I have chosen you, and have not rejected you. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not look around, for I am your Elohim. I shall fortify you, I shall also help you. I shall also uphold you with the right hand of my righteousness. See, all those who raged against you are ashamed and blushed. They are as non-existent, and the men who strive with you perish. You seek them, but do not find them. Those who struggle with you, those who fight for you are as non-existent as not. For I, Yahweh your Elohim, am strengthening your right hand, saying to you, do not fear, I shall help you. Do not fear, you worm Yaakov, you men of Yisrael. I shall help you, declares Yahweh and your Redeemer, the set-apart one of Yisrael. See, I shall make you into a new threshing sledge with sharp teeth. Let you thresh mountains and beat them small, and make hills like chaff. You winnow them, the wind lifts them up, and the whirlwind scatters them. But you rejoice in Yahweh and boast in the set-apart one of Israel. When the poor and needy seek water, and there is none, and their tongues have failed for thirst, I, Yahweh, do answer them. I, the Elohim of Israel, do not forsake them. I open rivers on bare hills, and fountains in the midst of valleys. I make a wilderness become a pool of water, and a dry land springs of water. I set in the wilderness cedar, acacia and myrtle and oil tree. I place in the desert cypress, pine, and box tree together, so that they see and know and consider and understand together that the hand of Yahweh has done this, and the set-apart one of Israel has created it. Present your case, says Yahweh. Let your strong ones come near, says the sovereign of Yaakov. Let them draw near and declare to us what is going to take place. Let them declare the former events, what they were, and we consider them and know the latter end of them, or announce to us what is coming. Declare the events that are going to come hereafter, and we know that you are mighty ones. Yes, do good and do evil, and let us be amazed and see it together. See, you are of naught, and your work is a breath. He who chooses you is an abomination. I have stirred up one from the north, and he comes. From the rising of the sun he calls on my name. And he comes against princes as though mortar, as the potter treads clay. Who is declared from the beginning, and we know, and former times, and we say, he is righteous? No, no one is declaring, no one is proclaiming, no one is hearing your words. He who is first said to Zion, See them, and to Jerusalem I give one who brings good news. And I see that there is no man, and of these there is no counselor, who, when I ask of them, answers a word. See, all of them are useless, their works are naught, their molded images are wind and confusion. Psalm 41. Blessed is he who considers the poor. Yahweh does deliver him in the day of evil. Yahweh does guard him and keep him alive. He is blessed on the earth. And you do not hand him over to the desire of his enemies. Yahweh sustains him on his sickbed. In his weakness on his bed you bring a change. As for me, I said, O Yahweh, show me favor. Heal me, for I have sinned against you. My enemies speak evil of me. When he dies, his name shall perish. And when one comes to visit, he speaks falsely. His heart gathers wickedness to itself. He goes out, he speaks of it. All who hate me whisper together against me. They plot evil to me, saying, A matter of Belial is poured out on him, that when he lies down he would not rise again. Even my own friend in whom I trusted, who ate my bread, he has lifted up his heel against me. But you, O Yahweh, show me favor and raise me up, and let me repay them. By this I know that you did delight in me, because my enemy does not shout for joy over me. And you uphold me in my integrity, and set me before your face forever. Blessed be Yahweh, Elohim of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. Amen and amen. Mark chapter 13. And as he went out of the set-apart place, one of his taught ones said to him, Teacher, see what stones and what buildings? And Yeshua answering said to him, Do you see these great buildings? Not one stone shall be left upon another at all, which shall not be thrown down. And as he sat on the Mount of Olives, opposite the set-apart place, Kepha and Yaakov and Yochanan and Andrew asked him separately, Say to us, when shall these events be? And what shall be the sign when all this is going to be accomplished? And Yeshua began to say to them, Take heed that no one leads you astray, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am he, and they shall lead many astray. And when you hear of fightings and reports of fightings, do not be troubled. It has to take place, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and reign against reign, and there shall be earthquakes in various places, and there shall be scarcities of food and disturbances. And these are the beginnings of birth pains. But take heed to yourselves, for they shall deliver you up to councils and to congregations. You shall be beaten, and you shall be brought before rulers and sovereigns for my sake, for a witness to them. And the good news has to be proclaimed first to all the nations. And when they lead you away and deliver you up, do not worry beforehand what you are to say. But whatever is given you in that hour, speak that. For it is not you who are speaking, but the set-apart Spirit. And brother shall deliver up brother to death, and a father his child. And children shall rise up against parents, and shall put them to death. And you shall be hated by all because of my name. But he who shall have endured to the end, he shall be saved. And when you see the abomination that lays waste, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, set up where it should not be, he who reads, let him understand. Then let those who are in Yehuda flee to the mountains. And he who is on the housetop, let him not go down into the house, nor come in to take whatever out of his house. And he who is in the field, let him not go back to get his cloak. And woe to those who are pregnant and to those nursing children in those days. And pray that your flight does not take place in winter. For in those days there shall be distress, such as has not been from the beginning of creation, which Elohim created until this time, nor ever shall be. And if the master had not shortened those days, no flesh would have been saved, but because of the chosen ones whom he chose, he shortened the days. And if anyone then says to you, look, here is the Messiah, or look, there, do not believe it. For false messiahs and false prophets shall rise and show signs and wonders to lead astray, if possible, even the chosen ones. And you take heed, for I have forewarned all of you of it all. But in those days, after that distress, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give its light, and the stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then they shall see the son of Adam coming in the clouds with much power and esteem. And then he shall send his messengers and assemble his chosen ones from the four winds, the farthest part of earth to the furthest part of heaven. And learn this parable from the fig tree. When its branch has already become tender and puts forth leaves, you know that the summer is near. So you also, when you see these taking place, know that it is near at the door. Truly I say to you, this generation shall by no means pass away till all this takes place. And the heaven and earth and the heaven and the earth shall pass away, but my words shall by no means pass away. But concerning the day and the hour no one knows, not even the messengers in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. Take heed, watch and pray, for you do not know when the time is. As a man going abroad, having left his house and given authority to his servants, and to each his work, and commanded the doorkeeper to watch. Watch therefore, for you do not know when the master of the house is coming, in the evening, or at midnight, or at the crowing of the cock, or in the morning, lest, coming suddenly, he should find you sleeping. And what I say to you, I say to all, watch.